on Automotive Row.
Selection. Integrity Chevrolet has it. 400 in Chevy.
We say our pre-owned or Chattanooga's 100 best.
And we promise to always do the right thing.
That's the easiest place to get to from anywhere. The all-new Integrity Chevrolet. #1 on Automotive Row.
Quibbage.com. The best place to get major deals online.
That's right.
Oh, quick romp in.
Go to Quibbage.com now.
He doesn't know about terrorists and buildings coming down.
Honey, your flashlight eyes.
They will literally put their life on the line for us. Officers can't absolutely horrified. I'll never forget that.
Here are the dogs of 9/11. Special presentation. Tuesday at 8. Animal Planet. Surprisingly human. Sunday on Gator Boys.
This is where most of the Gator boys learn how to wrestle alligators.
This place brings back a whole lot of memories. Jimmy's mentor, Ski, created this place. I can only imagine what he's going through right now.
Before Ski passed away, he watched me go from a boy to a man, especially, wrestling alligators. I miss Ski every day of my life, and he'll never be forgotten, that's for sure. Never, ever, ever.
Gator Boys. New episode. Sunday at 10. Animal Planet. Surprisingly human.
I'm in the former Soviet state of Ukraine, exploring an area with a long history of lake monsters, where I've just learnt of a diver reportedly had his hand ripped off by a giant fish, rumoured to live in the cooling pond of the abandoned Chernobyl reactor. In the early hours of April 26, 1986, the safety systems at reactor number 4 were temporarily shut down for an experiment. Moments later, an unexpected power spike caused a series of huge explosions. They tore through the reactor, exposing hundreds of tons of intensely radioactive material to the surrounding environment.
Good evening. That Soviet nuclear disaster is probably the worst in history.
Radioactivity is still being sent into the atmosphere.
With reports that as many as 2,000 people may have been killed, and a dangerous fire continues to burn.
Emergency crews battled night and day to control the raging fires.
There was a chemical explosion which caused a core meltdown that is the most severe of the nuclear accidents that can occur, and an 18-mile security zone has been set up around the site.
Today, nearly 30 years later, this exclusion zone is still under strict military protection and control. Only authorized personnel may enter. When I set out, I never imagined that I'd end up heading for the site of the world's worst ever nuclear accident, Chernobyl. The question that's on my mind is whether this fearsome fish, the song, has survived in the cooling pond. Is it still there? And if it has the radiation maybe caused it to mutate into something potentially even more terrifying? The word mutant instantly conjures up visions of deformed giants, gargantuan products of ionizing radiation. Could the song really have met a similar fate? Very few people are allowed through the gates guarding Chernobyl's exclusion zone. There's a lot of control going on here, very closely guarded zone. Well, fishing gear has raised questions. This is not a place where fishing is allowed. Ever since the accident, fishing within the zone has been completely outlawed. They've been very thorough about checking that I've got everything, that the paperwork's in order. The authorities approved my preliminary paperwork and I'm granted temporary access to the periphery of the zone. Chernobyl consists of multiple jurisdictions, much like a Russian doll, each layer giving way to the next, and all requiring a new level of permission. For my own safety, I'm restricted to just 5 consecutive days of exposure. This is a fishing trip unlike any other. We've got a couple of things here that I wouldn't normally have with me. These will keep track of the total amount of radioactivity that I'm exposed to. This thing This thing's really my guardian angel. This will go everywhere with me. This will read in real time the level of radioactivity around me. If I'm anywhere where the reading's particularly high, there's an alarm that will go off. Crucially though, this device also shows me how close I'm getting to my radiation limit, a maximum set by safety experts that must not be exceeded in my 5 days. Any exposure to radiation incurs an increased risk of cancer, and staying within this limit is essential for my safety. If I reach it, I'll have no choice but to leave Chernobyl immediately. The countdown has begun. Under the gaze of the reactor stands the city of Pripyat. Prior to the accident, it was a thriving community, built to house the thousands of power plant workers and their families. It was a model city for the nuclear age.
Oh!
Now,
Don't get
it
me.
lies completely abandoned. To see ancient
What are you doing up there?
overrun by vegetation is one thing. To see modern civilization is something else entirely. And the silence in this place is really quite spooky. What happened here? What was the story? Well, what happened was a mass evacuation. 50,000 people told to leave, and they left in a matter of hours, and they were told that they would be back in 3 days. Well, it's now nearly 30 years, and they never came back. This whole area is still radioactive. It won't return to normal for tens of thousands of years, and the levels of radiation, they vary. There are localized hotspots where the level might be several hundred times what it is just a few feet away. Without my specialized equipment, I'd have no idea what I was being exposed to or how quickly I was approaching my limit. Just as the men, women and children of Pripyat were unaware of the danger they faced from this invisible threat. The full death toll will never be known, though it's clear that it lies in the thousands and continues to rise to this day. But not